All eyes were on First Lady Melania Trump as she accompanied U.S. President Donald Trump to his military parade on June 14th, which also happens to be his birthday. Unfortunately, a hair snafu drew attention to a feature that she usually keeps covered: her forehead. Melania opted to accessorize her all-white power suit with her signature hairstyle of long brown layers and wispy curtain bangs. However, due to Washington, D.C.'s windy, rainy weather, the First Lady's hair was blown out of place, exposing her forehead. And while it's hard to find the First Lady's physical flaws, she probably wasn't too happy with having her perfectly styled hair blown out of place to expose a feature she regularly hides. Of course, Melania and her team could have easily taken a few precautions to avoid the issue altogether. For starters, a little gel, hairspray, or hair wax would have gone a long way to shellacking her hair in place so that it could withstand DC's less than desirable weather. Or if she didn't want to weigh down a fresh blow-dry with all sorts of product, she could have simply gone with a completely different hairstyle. Over the years, Melania has rocked any number of classy updos, including French rolls and simple, elegant buns, and she could have easily relied on one of those in case of unpredictable weather, especially since her husband was determined to have his military parade rain or shine. Before the festivities, Trump posted as much to Truth Social, writing, "Our great military parade is on, rain or shine. Remember, a rainy day parade brings good luck. I'll see you all in DC." To be fair, Melania Trump has never gone on record to say that she dislikes her forehead. Not that larger foreheads can't be beautiful, just ask Tyra Banks. But it's clear that she isn't very keen on flaunting it given the hairstyles she chooses. Over the years, the First Lady and former model have gone to great lengths to keep the public from glimpsing very much of her forehead at all. When her hair isn't down, usually accented with certain bangs or a side part, she's wearing any number of updos that leave tendrils of hair dancing in her eyes. On more conservative days, she has dramatic swoopy curtain bangs that have been sprayed into place, leaving her with a gorgeous, gravity-defying look at the end, kind of like the look she went with for Trump's 2017 inauguration. Either way, playing up with her favorite features while hiding what one would assume she isn't fond of has kept her from experiencing a sudden hair disaster the likes of which we've occasionally seen with Trump.
Donald Trump's hair is unusual.
Speaking of Melania's first inauguration hair, the First Lady and her hairstylist, Mordecai Alvo, put a ton of thought into her hair for the day. In a 2017 interview with Yahoo Life, Alvo recalled the number of occasions they needed to plan out, saying, "There are events over 3 days, from the official inauguration to the glamorous ball and their first official White House photos that must look like more casual, at-home shots." Alvo went on to explain that there were a lot of moving parts to consider when planning Melania's hairstyles for inauguration weekend, saying, "We needed to consider, what time does she have to be ready? How long do we want it to take? How long do we need to push the look to stay? And we want her to look current but not overdone. That said, anything I do will consider her personal style, her sense of fashion, and her new role as First Lady. Melania is true to herself, and I respect that." Seems like Melania should have spent a little more time considering her parade day hairstyle.